Wyoming Senator John Barrasso is chairman of the Republican Policy Committee. Joins us live. Senator, good morning to you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me, Shannon.
Okay, always great to talk with you, but let's talk about some facts on this funding deal. Conservatives not happy with it. 179 Democrats voted for it compared to just 131 GOP members voted for it over in the House. It's coming to you next. Clearly, Democrats are celebrating this thing. Ann Coulter says this in a column she has titled Swamp People 47, Trump Nothing. If this is the budget deal we get when Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the presidency, there's no point in ever voting for a Republican again. Will you vote for the deal?
I will vote for the deal, and let me tell you, like Ronald Reagan, sometimes you take your victories a slice at a time. I'm not going to go over the hill with a flag flying and shut down the government. This is what I tell you are big wins in this overall spending bill. Spending is down, but military and defense spending and even border security spending is up. We have finally broken this tie together, this link that the Obama administration had, where for every dollar we wanted in increased defense spending, he wanted an extra dollar of domestic spending. We have now broken that link entirely. Additionally, we have gone after a number of things that were so important to the Obama administration that are now gone, like the Green Climate Fund and all of the money that was going to the EPA. We've cut that budget back to the level that it was at when President Obama came into office. Can we do more? Absolutely. We should have 12 individual appropriations bills. That's where we're going from here, but we're only 4 months into the administration. I think Donald Trump got it right.
All right. This is another thing that Ann Coulter had to say about this bill. She said it's straight out of George Soros's Dream journal. She talks about the fact that a lot of Republicans are saying, listen, we're going to have the big fight in September. And she's asking why everything is always kicked down the line with Republicans. She says, they labor on this under this idea that their gentlemanliness now is going to be rewarded by their mortal enemies next time around. Does this make things harder in September when Democrats feel like they had leverage and they won? At least that's what they're saying publicly with all these victory laps they're taking.
Well, I hear what they're saying, and of course you do need 60 votes on this. Where we don't need 60 votes is on health care and is on tax reform. We don't expect any Democrat cooperation there. You know, the House is going to vote on a health care reform bill today to repeal and replace Obamacare. We're going to do tax reform. We're able to do that without Democratic cooperation because I don't expect there to be any, but we are going to continue to work to cut government spending, get more responsible spending to make sure people actually get value for their taxpayer dollars in ways that we never did over the last 8 years. And I think Donald Trump is absolutely heading the right way as he's going to sign more congressional review acts to get control out of Washington and make the decisions back at home. Those are all things that are going to be so important for jobs, the economy, as well as for national security.
You serve on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. I want to ask you about some of the things we heard from FBI Director James Comey yesterday. Sure. I want to play a little bit of his exchange with Senator Lindsey Graham.
Is it fair to say that the Russian government is still involved in American politics?
Yes.
They're doing it all over the world, aren't they?
Yes.
So what kind of threat do you believe Russia presents to our democratic process, given what you know about Russia's behavior of late?
Well, certainly, in my view, the greatest threat of any nation on earth, given their intention and their capability.
That's a pretty strong statement there by the FBI director. How do you feel about Russia? Do you believe they're continuing to interfere in U.S. politics? And where are we on the Russian investigations?
Yeah. Well, the investigation continues through the Intelligence Committee work. It's a bipartisan group. I believe that the Russians were involved in the elections prior to this in the United States, but it's against democracy all around the world. I see it in Germany. I think they're involved in this upcoming election in France this weekend. Vladimir Putin is cunning. He is aggressive. He is opportunist. He will try to take advantage of any situation he's granted. He's always looking for an opening, but he has basically said he wants to restore the former Soviet Union. I think that is wrong for us as a Democrat, as a democracy, loving the freedom that we have. I think he has to be taken with a great deal of concern because I know where he wants to go. It's not where the American people or the world needs to go.
Well, and it sounds like there is a lot of bipartisan agreement on that particular point. Senator Barrasso, thank you for your time. Busy day there.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having me, Shannon.